by seniors.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. We don't have a whole lot of experience. A lot of the starters graduated, even some of our backups graduated. So that lends itself to a lot of competition. And our kids know that there's a lot of competition right now for playing time at many positions. And I think that also helped elevate our off-season. Knowing that a lot of positions open, I think kids put in a lot of hard work. This was one of our best off-seasons, not just with the seniors, but our juniors and sophomores. Even our younger ones really had great off-seasons.
You break down some of the positions. Let's start maybe at quarterback. Obviously transitioning there. Talk a little bit about the folks battling for that position, who might be the front runner.
Very unique situation. Both our starter and backup last year were seniors.
Right.
So we actually have 2 juniors, 2 sophomores. Those were our JV and freshman quarterbacks last year, and they're all in the mix. I know it's a very unique situation. Usually, you don't talk about that many guys truly in the mix, but they are. And wide receivers, same thing. Our starters and backups were seniors last year. So because of graduation, we have no one with experience, Friday night experience at receiver. And there's really too many guys to mention right now.
Yeah.
And I'm being sincere. If the pads go on, that's going to help us narrow it down.
Is there particular attributes you're looking for in a quarterback? Things that you want to see out of that guy that steps forward?
There's no question. I think everybody knows this with our offense. We put a lot on that quarterback. We try to keep it as simple as possible for linemen and skill, but for that quarterback, we do put a lot on him. So it has to be somebody who has a command, very good, strong knowledge, and really consistency. It's something big that we look for. Up and down, inconsistency, it's hard in our offense what we ask of our quarterback.
And on the defensive side of the ball, obviously a lot of transitions there as well. Kind of break down, maybe starting with the defensive line. Where are you looking for guys to step up in each position?
Yeah, defensive line. We have Elijah Robinson returning. He started defensive end all year. One of only really 3 or 4 guys that started the entire year for us last year that are coming back. Joe Williams was a sophomore who got a lot of playing time later in the year. He's coming back now as a junior. So we have a couple guys that actually have some Friday night experience there. At linebacker, we have Stephen McNeil, who led our team in tackles.
Yep.
At inside linebacker, he's back. Reed Albright started for the second half of the year as a sophomore. Did a very nice job. He's back now as a junior. So we have a couple of kids with experience there. Even Zach Hoffman started a couple games at outside linebacker. He's back now as a junior. So that linebacking core, we actually have a little bit of experience relative to the rest of the football team.
What's your expectations maybe for this team? Knowing there's so many transitions. Past years, there's been a lot of success at CD. What are your expectations coming in?
That's a very good question. For the degree of inexperience that we have, maybe even to some degree youth that we're going to have, Central Dauphin expectations are still high, as they should be. That idea of rebuilding season, I don't think it would be appropriate. I don't think it would be an appropriate label, because we've had a lot of kids work really, really hard, and the expectations are high at Central Dauphin, and they're going to continue to be high. We embrace that. We like the fact that the bar is so high, and our kids, that now it's their turn. They don't want to be that team that lets that down, or in any way doesn't carry forth that legacy. So we like being part of a situation like that.
And you mentioned a number of names on defense. Give me a name or two on offense. What guys are you looking at, potential playmakers for you guys?
We didn't get a chance to talk about the running back position. We have Raleigh Serb, who played a lot as a sophomore last year. He's back as a junior, and expecting big things from him, obviously. We also have Chimdi Okpara, who played a little bit as a junior. He'll be a senior for us. He's very athletic. And tight end, we have Rayshawn Gabriel, who started in the second half of the year as a sophomore, who's coming back as a junior. Wanted to mention him. Up front, we have 2 kids that had some action on Friday nights, Enrique Armas and Dylan Hobbs. Both had some meaningful Friday night experience, and we're hoping that they can help lead the way and create a new offensive line unit.
You mentioned leading the way, with so many seniors that have left this team from last year to this year.
Yeah.
Who's stepping up as leaders for your team? Who are you looking at maybe as practices roll through to step up as
That's a very good question.
position?
There's no question that high school football, guys who started last year, who had that experience of playing under those Friday night lights and pressure situations, they certainly have a good opportunity to be leaders. Whether they carry through on it and actually be leaders, that's yet to be seen. And really when the pads go on, workouts are really important. That is an opportunity for leadership. our summer workouts are also an opportunity to show, but boy, when those pads go on, in my opinion, that's when you really find out who your leaders are. And that's another reason we're so excited to get the season started and get those pads on.
I know, there's a number of questions coming into camp that still haven't been answered. What's one question though that's kind of maybe keeping you up at night, or that you're most concerned about heading into this season?
Well, by nature, I usually don't sleep much because I worry about everything, and this year is really no different. In football, there's a lot of moving pieces. It's a large program. We're probably going to have 90 kids, sophomore through senior, much like the teams we play. We got a big coaching staff, a lot of great support folks. There's plenty of reasons for me to worry because I feel obligated to them, because I got to tell you, all those people I just mentioned work so hard on behalf of our kids and make it a good experience. It's incumbent on me to make sure that I have it all, doing my part to have it all work together nicely. So that definitely keeps me up.